to do is I'm going to move her hindquarters, as opposed to trying to move her forequarters first, which is usually a difficult thing for horses to do. I'm going to focus on moving the hindquarters. Now, the hindquarters will move away from pressure. I'm going to train her to put her nose in and move her hip away. And I'm going to use the saddle in the same position as my foot would be. So, I'm going to button train this horse. So, here's the basic buttons. Let me get her moved over a little bit. Come on. Move. Okay. Come on. Up a little bit. There you go. Good girl. Ooh. So, button number 1, in front of the girth. Button number 2, at the girth. Button number 3, away from the girth. Okay? 1, 2, 3. The reason I use the saddle that I'm going to be riding in and set to where my feet are going to be is so she understands when she feels a tap right there on that button, that means yield those hindquarters. So, I'm going to tip her nose into me. I'm going to get my toes pointed towards her flank, and I'm going to ask her to give. There we go. As soon as I got a little give, I release. It's not a great give, and I didn't get a crossover, but she's got the general concept. Move those back feet, not the front. There we go. There we go. Back feet. Button number 3, back feet, and release. Very nice. Most horses move the hind end really fast. You don't have to spend a whole lot of time on it. It's the forehand that's the hard part. What we do on one side, we do on the other. So, this time, I'm going to walk around to the other side, point her nose to me, button number 3, button number 3, button number 3, and there you go. She's already moving her hindquarters really nicely. Now you see why putting a lot of groundwork in on a horse really makes a difference, because when we go to ride, it's going to be so much easier if she understands what we're asking on top of her, as well as what she's been doing on the ground. All right, back to moving the forehand. Forehand is going to be tough. It's always tough. And pointing their nose, using the saddle. Again, apply button number 1. And you're gradually going to apply more pressure until she gets the idea to move. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. There we go, come on. There we go. I got the front end to move, I stop. As soon as I get a little bit of a step, I stop. Step and stop. Always release. Because she's got to know that she can trust me when I ask her to do something. There we go. There we go. Come on. 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 Gotta move. Come on. Come on. There we go. Release. One little step. One little step. That's all it takes. All right, let's try it again. Point the nose the opposite direction. There we go. And come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. There we go. Release. Little step each time, a little bit quicker. There you go. Come on. As you turn your nose. Turn your nose. Turn your nose. Come on. Come on. Come on. There we go. Good. And I got her in a round pen. So if she feels like running away or not doing what I want her to do, I'm just going to send her forward and she's going to run a little bit and we'll come back to doing what we're going to do. But she's not feeling like she's going to run away. She really wants to learn. Good girl. Okay, now we've got to move the forehand. Now the forehand is probably the toughest thing for a horse to learn how to move. And it's also hard for people to learn how to move because you're isolating the shoulders and moving it around the back end. So the way you do this is when you've got a saddle, you're going to point her nose the direction you want to go, use your saddle horn, use your reins. It doesn't matter if you have a bit or a side pull, she should get the idea that her nose should point that way. So, reins up over the saddle horn. Now I'm going to start applying pressure. Use that saddle horn to turn her nose away, and I'm going to start asking her to move that forehand. There we go. I got a little bit, but she's stepping back. Come on. Come on. There we go. I got a little bit. Little bit, stop and release. Horses learn from the release of pressure, not the application of pressure. Okay, let's ask for it again. Come on. There we go. Almost. There we go. And release. I stopped right there and I let her go because... So thank you for joining us on today's video. If you've enjoyed the video, please give us a like, and if you haven't already, subscribe. And if you want to see more about Joy's journey, check out her playlist.